Hi and welcome. I am Helle from Game for Life BG, and I'm back from Essen Spiel. Arrived late last night, and actually it was this morning, and I'm still a bit tired from the weekend, but it was so enjoyable to be at Essen Spiel again. And I brought home with me more games than I anticipated before I left home. I thought maybe I should keep it to 10 this year, so kind of like it was my 10th anniversary, 10th time I was going, but no, it didn't happen. Maybe next year I will keep it down a bit. But let's just start looking at all of the games that I brought home with me. And first of all, this is not a game, but that was the little key holder for Line that I brought home. I think he's a cute little one. And then I brought an extra one for Line. I brought this one, a little beetle that lives in grapes, and he's cute too, and you can take these and point them. So that is two extra little thingies. And then an extra little thing, look at this, a meeple holder for your suitcase. So this says this is occupation, gamer, and then you can write your name and the way that you can contact you. That was just some accessories. Okay, then maybe we should take these two. I also grabbed two playmats. This one I will use for Sagrada, and this one could be used for Alien Nemesis. And then we will head over to the games. First off, I had a little game called 6 Suspects, and this is a game for 2 to 8 players. It takes about 10 minutes, and it's something where you have to deduct who 2 other characters are, if I remember correctly with this one. So it seemed like a little cute deduction game. There wasn't that much information, but I thought it sounded interesting. And you could play it with 2 to 6 players, or 2 to 8 players. So that was 6 Suspects. And then another little small game. I have not tried it yet. This is Cat's Gambit. This is a solo-only game where you're going to see if you can manage. It should be chess-ish, a solo chess-ish puzzle game. I will definitely make a video of this on the channel, I think, at some point. And then I got For the Win, FTW by Friedemann Friese, and this is a card game for 2 to 6 players where you're going to I actually played it and where we were 2 players, but I need to play it with more players, and it seemed fun with also 2 players, but I think it will be more enjoyable with more players. And you are going to try to keep one card to get to only have one card in your hand, and then that card is going to score your points. If you have more than one, then your highest card minus all the other cards you have in your hand is what you're going to score. And then you're going to play as many rounds as you are players. And then I have grabbed Freaky Frogs from Out of Space. This is also a solo game by Friedemann Friese. And here you're going to play in a pinball machine, and you need the ball to keep going. And then I got a prototype game called Agent Who. This is going to be on Kickstarter. I think it was in November. This is a game for 2 to 5 players, and it takes about 20 to 60 minutes. And it's also a kind of deduction game where each of you are going to be a secret agent, and you have to deduct who 2 other players they are. Or maybe I got it confused with this one, with the 6 Suspects. There's something you have to deduct in that game too, and it's a quick little game. So that one I'm going to look into too. And then I got an expansion, Terraforming March Prelude, and I have been told by a very good friend of mine that if you're going to play the normal Terraforming March, you should always have this one as an expansion. He would never play it without this expansion. So I have the normal Terraforming March, but I actually started playing Air's Expedition and then the dice game. But I also have the other one, and I'm going to play it with this. I'm going to make a Terraforming Mars day where we're going to play all the Terraforming Mars games. Okay, and then I have Oslo Stones. This is one that is going to make your brain hurt, because this is a game where you need to solve puzzles, and you have tiles you have to arrange correctly so you can match a pattern. And there are some 3 different levels. You have an easy, normal, and then a hard mode. And this is a game I suspect that Line is going to beat me in, because the young kids, they are smart. So this is one where you can train your brain, and I think it's a very good family game, and also for older people you need to keep your brain running. So this is a puzzle game for that. So I look forward to playing this game too, and most likely get beaten by Line. And then I brought with me home Broadlines. I thought it looked a bit like Just One, just where you have to draw. So you're going to, actual player is going to say a number and they will have a word. They don't know the word. And the first player to the right, they are going to draw either one line that can be curved, or they can draw 2 lines. And then they have to try and guess the word. And you can keep on doing so with the next player. And then you need to guess as many words. We tried it, but it was pretty hard. So I need to try it a bit more, because compared to Just One, then this is much harder. From the first play, I think. Oh, I need to play it a couple of more times before I'm going to say what I think about it. But at the moment I enjoyed Just One. I enjoyed Just One more. And then I grabbed the Art Project, which is also a cooperative game where you're going to get back some stolen artworks. So this I look forward to try to play too. Oh, why do I say that? I look forward to playing all of the games, of course. And then we have Imperial Miners, and this is a cute little card game where you're going to build your mine, and you're going to build down in layers. So you're going to, it's a simple game, it's a simultaneous game, but you're going to build on your own board. So we played this and I enjoyed it, and the 2 other players I played it with, they also went over and grabbed a copy the next day. So yeah, that was Imperial Miners. Then we have, we'll leave with that one. Then we have Balloon Pop. We didn't manage to get to play it, but this is a game, I think that is going to be a family-friendly game, 2 to 4 players, only about 30 minutes for the ages 8+. And this is a kind of a little Tetris-ish, where you're going to have your own board, and you're going to grab 4 balloons, which you're going to place on your board, and then they're going to float up. And then when you have a lot of the same symbols or the same colors connected, they can score you points. They're going to pop. And then all other balloons, they're going to pop up. So that is Balloon. And then we have Caraba Builders. We played that 3 times one of the nights, and it's a puzzle game like you have with the Trails of Tucana. Yeah, Trails of Tucana, the roll and write game. Then this is just where you're going to place tiles instead, and you're trying to connect the same colors of tiles to your hut. They will score you points. So it's a fun puzzle game, and you're all going to start with the same setup, but you're going to draw your own tiles. So it's like, do I get the tiles I want? Where to place them? So an enjoyable little tile placement game to Caraba Builders. And then one more game that I got to play, that is World Wonders. And this is a game where you're going to build your own city, and you're going to grab some wonders and place in your city, and then there are some restrictions to how you can place them. But a simply easy-going game where you're going to build, and it just looks beautiful when you build the tile. So definitely enjoyed my play of World Wonders. Then we have The Perfect Wave, and this is a card building game. You're going to get cards, and you're going to place cards down to your board, and you're going to try and build your wave. And then you're going to make tricks you can play on top. And you're placing your cards face down. Also, the card you place here on top, you're going to place face down. We enjoyed our play of this. This is a simple game. So I think this is one you can play with the family. It's for 2 to 4 players. And then I grabbed After Us. This is a card building game, a deck building game, where you're going to have some start cards, and then you are going to grab cards, and you're going to play 4 cards on your turn. And then you have to connect these symbols, and the symbols you connect, that is the actions you're going to get. Also, if you have these in the center, they will give you. I haven't tried to play the game, but this looked like an interesting. There's no more humans left. There are only apes, and you're going to control your own Ape Clan. And this is for 1 to 6 players. It takes about 45 minutes, and it's for the ages 14+. And then I grabbed an expansion. This is a big expansion. This is for Air's Expedition. We really enjoy playing Air's Expedition. So we grabbed this one so we can play with up to 6 players instead of with up to 4 players. And there's 2 more expansions. There are 3 expansions in this game. So I look forward to even more content for Air's Expedition. We're definitely going to make a couple of just a Terraforming March days. Or maybe just one with only Air's Expedition 2. So now we can play it with 1 to 6 players. It takes about 60 minutes to play and it's for the 14 plus. And then I will take this game, Almost Innocent. This is a cooperative game where you're each going to have a little screen here. You're going to get 4 or 5 cards depending on which level you're playing at. And then I will know cards that my neighbor has to guess, and they will know cards that another one has to guess. So you have kind of 4 to 5 different categories, and then you have to ask questions, and everybody has to answer it for the player that they have the solution for. And then you have to see if you can all guess the correct cards that you need, and you all need to do it together as a group, because in that way you can. I played the game after I had made my top 10 list. I was at a meeting with some that had already received the game because he backed it, and I tried it and I really enjoyed it, so I grabbed a copy of it too. Then let's take this one, Fara, which is a new version of Everdell, and I do not have Everdell, and I enjoyed the game when I played it. So I grabbed this copy instead, and this is how it looks with Everdell Fara. So you have cute little boats on this one too. So another game for the stack. We put up here. And then we have 2 games and 1 expansion left. And I will take the one with the expansion first, because this is a bit special. I did not have it on my radar. I had it on my radar when the game came out, but I never got around to get the game. And I think it's a great game, so yeah, let me show you. On the first day, I grabbed Lost Ruins of Arnak, the Missing Expedition. And I had a friend that asked me, could you, if you saw the Arganova expansion, could you grab that one for me? Sure, if I come by their booth, I will grab it, but I'm not going to run for it because I have lots of stuff I have to run for too. And I came by, I said, Arganova, Arnak, it's close, isn't it? So in my confusion, I grabbed this expansion, but it should have been an expansion for Arganova. And I could have delivered it back and got my money back, but then I was thinking, maybe I should just buy the game, because I think it seems like a great game. It has, so instead, I thought it was Destiny that was talking to. Apparently, I needed to get that game. Since I grabbed the wrong expansion, so I bought Lost Ruins of Arnak. So that is also a way sometimes you can get games that you didn't really have on your radar. Then I have one game left, and that is a game that was actually also close on making my top 10 list. I had it on my wanted on like list, but it didn't make it. But I had one that met me that said, Helle, this is really an awesome game. You should look into it. Okay, I did already have it on my list, then I will go and see if I can try it. But the booth was filled up, so instead I bought the game. So Apire, where you have the Bees in Space by Stonemeyer Games. They published it, but it's for 1 to 5 players. It takes 60 to 90 minutes to play, and it's for the ages 14 plus. And this is actually pretty heavy. And this, just have a look at the side here. So you have tiles like in Settlers, and you're going to build. It looks like every player, they have their own board with that looks different, and then they're going to play tiles to that board. And also met a group at the hotel where I saw them playing this game and asked them, and they said they thought the game was good. So that was all of the games and the little extra things that I brought home with me from the Spiel. What have you brought with you home, and are there something that you are really glad that you brought home with you? What did I miss? There's surely things that I missed. Oh, by the way, also my friend Liselotte, she bought the White Castle, so I didn't buy that game too. So I can try her version of the game. That one I also had under my radar, the White Castle. But what did you buy? Are there anything that you think I missed out on that I should also have grabbed when I was at the Spiel? There will always be a next year. But that was my loot, and thanks for watching.